Yeah.
Please, what are the title? Lifestyle, fashion, and which one?
As in general.
Entertainment, yes.
Yeah,
All of it,
entertainment.
yes. So she's the one who
Giving
takes care of
me,
it. Yeah.
she's giving me Daphne and Scooby vibe.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Remember?
We also
Godwin
have Mr.
Nambo.
Godwin Nambo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On here.
Mr. Godwin Nambo, who would
Fashion.
also be sharing his experiences.
Because he was there.
At one of the events.
Yeah, so we are going to talk about it.
We can't be silly for a second. You people can't even pretend to be normal. Anyway, guys, so we'll be joined a bit later by Nana Addo Tamaklo, and he is CEO of Accra Fashion Week, which Afro Girl was there. So Nana Addo has already joined us. Also, we'll be joined by Terry Mingle, broadcaster and communication executive for Rhythms on the Runway via Zoom, as well. I already told you about Diana, but let's just say hello to our guest
Yes,
on.
yes.
Hi, Nana Addo. Could you please unmute? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Perfect.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too and the whole team.
Thank you so much. So I was unable to be there, but I saw videos and excerpts of what happened at the Accra Fashion Week. You want to tell us a little bit about it, how it started for you and all?
How this event started, or
Yes.
Accra Fashion Week as a whole?
As a whole, how it started, not this particular event.
Okay, it has a very weird beginning, but I'll try and minimize it as much as possible. I had a colleague of mine that was about to do an event with a similar name. So he sent us the press release to publish on our website. And in the process, I thought to him that why do this particular event? Why not do something like Accra Fashion Week, where you can have the whole sort of nation involved and expand your audience? And he was reluctant to the idea. And he told me that he's doing what he's doing because he wants to do something unique. So I wrote another email to him telling him all the benefits of doing Accra Fashion Week. And he responded again, resistant to do it. So as I was following up with another email, just about to tell him how good it would be for him to do it, the question came to my mind, and I asked myself, if you think it's so good, why are you suggesting it to somebody? Why don't you do it yourself? And that's the kind of mentality I have. Usually if I ask someone to do something and they're reluctant to do it, I just sort of get up and do it myself. So at that moment, I was thinking, if you think the idea of Accra Fashion Week is so great, why are you suggesting it to somebody? Why don't you get up and do it yourself? And that's what happened in 2015, and then we held the first event in 2016.
Beautiful. What really is the object of this? What's the object of it?
Okay, so when I started Accra Fashion Week, I always had in mind to do a fashion show. At that point in time, and probably still a lot of today, most of the fashion shows you see in Africa are more sort of show orientated. They're not sort of business orientated. You have the celebrities, you have the runway, and once the show is done, everybody goes home. With Accra Fashion Week, we wanted to make it more business. We wanted to get more of the branding of the designers involved. We have their profiles on the website. We also have an online store on the website. So every year we update it with products with the designers. So we really wanted to bring this innovative business aspect of fashion to the Ghanaian fashion industry as far as fashion shows are concerned. And I think that's what made it the international event it was. We sort of diverted away from just focusing on celebrities and, the fun of it, but more the designers' name, their stories. You can find their profiles on the website. You can get links on where they can buy it. Either you can buy it on our website or on their own personal website. So it becomes more of a product launch type of event where you're seeing designers launch their product as opposed to designers just being on the runway.
Okay. And what has been the most challenging part of this, before we get into this year's event? What has been the most challenging part?
The most challenging part is, Ghana is a small country, and every industry you enter into, there are already cliques, there are already, quote unquote, the very popular word, gatekeepers. And so, whereas in a lot of cases we would have had to have collaborated and worked together, you tend to find a lot of people trying to sabotage what you do. But I won't, as much as it's part of the difficult part, I think it worked in my favor because every time there were incidences such as that, it made us work harder, it made us push harder, and without them, Accra Fashion Week wouldn't be what it is today. So as much as it's a difficult part, it's also an advantage because it allowed us to step our game up from the detractors.
It looks really well done, but I'd have you just hang in there. I'll just come back to the studio because my colleague here was there, and she brought us some,
He saw me.
Yeah, of course he saw you. Did you
Yeah.
speak to him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Hi, Nana.
How you doing?
I'm
I love
good.
the braids.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Looks good on you.
Okay.
I'll come back to you to ask whether you had a theme for this year, but let me ask Diana's experience. What was your personal experience?
Okay,
this year?
so this year it was at the
Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum, yes, and I went there, of course, with my abled cameraman Isaac, he's my handbag. Yeah, so we went there. We're a bit late, but that was what stood out for me because the time they said they were going to start is when they started.
Okay.
Nice.
It's not December event.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah, like the time that they said they were going to start. So if it was between 12 and 6 p.m., if I'm not too sure, but that is the time frame.
It did start.
Yes, and latest by 6:15 or it didn't tell. They stuck to time. That was what stood out for me. And then I realized that there were a lot more designers from other countries. So I think I spoke to someone from Jamaica or something, and they were very different people. Even some of the guests that were there are from different countries. I think we also spoke to someone from, is it Togo or Cote d'Ivoire? He couldn't really express himself in the English. So I said, you know what, just fuse the English and then the French, and we could sort of get the gist of what he was saying. But it speaks to how wide or how far this event has gone, because if we are entering certain spaces and we are bringing all of these people to us here in Accra, that's huge. That's huge.
I thought, let me go to Nana and ask him. Nana. Hi, Nana. Okay, so Diana is just telling me about how different designers, it was not just designers from
Ghana.
Here in Ghana, different designers from outside the country. And you mentioned that it has an international feel. But at what point, what did you, how did you break into the other markets? How did you get them to be part of it, especially this year?
Okay, it's a couple of things. First of all, we had an international media house before we started doing Accra Fashion Week. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention it on MX24, but we on that media house, and a lot of people are unaware about this. It was one of the first, or I think it was the first Ghanaian platform to reach 1 million followers, and that was on Facebook. And that was because, sometimes when you go on social media, you see these pages that are promoting African culture and African beauty, that sort of thing. We were the first to start that with Fashion Ghana. So we had a lot of people from abroad, and this was before Instagram. We had a lot of people from abroad wanting to find out what's going on with African fashion and African culture, and Fashion Ghana was that window. Our media house was that window. So when we started Accra Fashion Week, we've always had an international audience, not just designers. Our guests travel from countries. We've literally been the year of return before 2019. In fact, in 2017, we had about 30 different countries participating, which was probably one of our biggest as far as the reach goes. This year we had like 15 countries. It would have been 18, but unfortunately, some designers were unable to make it.
Okay.
So yes, we've always had an international base. They followed us, they communicate with us, they support the designers. So that's one thing the designers appreciate. They appreciate the fact that a lot of their stuff on our show is being patronized.
Beautiful. But then what was the trends there? Like, what did you see? What's
To be quite honest, what I really I don't know if it's a trend, but there were some designers that had really different stuff. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but they had really different stuff, and there are things that I would want to wear. I
Okay.
saw these type of swim. I don't even know if
Ah.
it's not swimwear. I don't know how to describe it, but there are certain things that personally I wouldn't wear this, but it's something that I like.
I would wear
Is
that one.
This, yes. I love palazzo, so this is something
They're
I
gorgeous.
would I would want
Was
to
this
wear.
made by a Ghanaian designer? Or you wouldn't tell?
I
Nana, are you
I mean,
able
Nana will
to
be
tell
able to
me?
tell
Are you able
if-
to
if-
tell?
if-
Yeah.
This is by a Barbados designer called Tialani.
Ooh, Barbados.
Barbados.
Yeah, yeah. So because Accra Fashion Week is outside, Ghana, the type of designs that you're going to see on the runway is not your typical stuff
I was
that
gonna
you
ask that
see.
question.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the typical, what you see on a regular if you go to other.
Look at that, go to look.
Exactly. Like
Ooh.
Interesting.
that is the word. The items, the clothes, the outfits, they're very interesting. They're very unique. They are very different. That's what stands out for me for Accra Fashion Week.
And I know, Nana, you may not have control over what designers design and like to showcase.
Do you? Ask him whether he does.
Do you have control over what the designers bring to showcase?
Do you give them a theme?
Yeah.
We don't, and usually we check their work before they do, but we try not to have control because prior to doing our events, there have been some fashion weeks and fashion shows that will tell designers, oh, do something African, or don't use African print, or do this, and we feel like as long as the designer is selling and has their clientele, it's it's a bit of a hindrance to tell them what to do, especially in the fields of fashion, because we might as well be doing the clothes ourselves if we're going to tell people what to bring on the show.
Yeah.
As long as it's professional to some extent, and that's their art, there's an audience for everything. So we don't hinder what designers do. We just tell them keep it professional and understand the
This is lovely.
the nudity and avoid certain things that won't be needed on the runway.
Wait. Where is this coming from?
This is very Ghanaian.
This is Canadian. This is a Canadian
What?
designer.
Yeah.
Okay, Nana, this is why I want to ask this question. And it's why I want to ask this question. I realize that when it comes to us, sometimes if we don't take care, Ghanaians tend to allow other countries to take a shine. So for a program like Accra Fashion Week, I think that the theme will be sort of centered in Ghanaian fashion, sort of. It will portray more Ghanaian fashion, if not Ghanaian, at least West African or let's say African.
Let's do a bit of
African
test.
fashion.
Now let's do a bit of test, Gorin, in the context of what you're saying. What is the posture of the Ghanaian designers when it's time? What's
Accra
their
Fashion
attitude
Week.
towards the Accra Fashion Week?
Well, they love it. They love it because what your colleague said is very true. We have events that allow a lot of foreign entities to take a shine, but it also has to be done strategically because the more they participate here, the more people in their country also start to focus on what we're doing, which means it's also more shine for the Ghanaian designers outside of Ghana. If we usually had an event just Ghanaian designers, people abroad won't take note of it. Right now, with what we're doing with Accra Fashion Week, and whether it might or it might not seem like that to you in Ghana, it is such a big sensation around the world. I mean, we had the designers from Cameroon that told us that they have a competition in their country, and the moment they put the winner will go to Accra Fashion Week, they just started getting hundreds of applications. So this is what we're doing for Ghana outside of for Ghana outside of Accra, and the whole point is yes, we do have that balance because we did have more Ghanaian designers than the foreign designers.
Okay.
But still, there's still enough foreign designers that also keep the buzz international and let people know that you know what,
There's standards to meet.
Ghana is becoming the hub for African fashion.
Yes.
Nice.
Personally, who were some of your favorite designers on the day?
You don't want to put me
Wait,
in
wait,
trouble.
wait. Who's this
This
first?
one.
Who?
This one.
Who's this?
This is also another Canadian designer.
Interesting. When you say
The
Canadian,
Inception.
when you say Canadian,
Ghanaian
are they Africans living in
Canada.
Canada and thinking African and it's showing in their designs, or these are like purely Canadians?
I assume they're Canadian, but I've not really asked.
Okay.
But there were two designers that came from Canada.
Okay.
I've not asked if they have roots in Ghana, but they sound Canadian. Like they've not indicated anything that they're Ghanaians living in Canada.
Okay. So for the Ghanaian designers, you had about how many of them? And do you remember some of them? Top of.
I think all in all, we were meant to have 32 designers, but I think all in all, we 6 unfortunately weren't able to come, so it was about 26.
Okay.
And out of that 26, I'll say about a good 18 or no, sorry, a good 14 were Ghanaian.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember some of them?
Oh yes, there are a lot of great ones. There's Abina Yalsin. She's a very creative designer that just came out of Rios. There's Custom Looks. He was on various shows. He does sportswear.
Yeah.
And he's one of the
Okay.
first African brands to be doing sportswear.
Okay.
You have celebrity designers like KTO and Style by McBride. You have new brands as well that are very quality. Odefile, Marqua. There's a whole range of them. There's Cross Culture, who is an Austrian designer that's now based in Ghana. Who else? I know I'm missing someone very important who's going to kill me, but I'm really. Himade, yes, she is like a sensation. Like if you see her clothes, you'll just be like, wow. All of it is on the Instagram page as well. Okay. And then there's Mikoko, who did the swimwear that you're actually displaying now. But that was on one of the previous days. We had a swimwear event called the Hollantex Swimwear Deluxe Show.
The Barbados designer has my attention. Honestly, I think I want that picture back on the screen with Diana. Please.
Yes, so when he mentioned Rios, I just remembered something. So I spoke with a number of students at Rios. I don't know if Nana has a collaboration with the school or something, but it seems like, because that is a fashion school, they told them that they have to be there. They have to come. So I think it's to learn, to network, to, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah, because Nana is telling us that they put a lot of effort in the branding part of the designers as well. So it's not just the work that you're doing.
Yes.
It's a bit more stretched so that you have a complete package. This Barbados designer, was she the only person? I'm biased. I can't even hide my bias.
There were 4 designers from Barbados. They were sponsored by their government.
Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
Look at that. You know? And
the other thing for me about Accra Fashion Week is the fact that it's not just once in a year. So we have the Hamatan and the Hamatan period. Yes.
Summer Hamatan.
Yes, and then the rainy season.
The chilly rainy.
Yes.
Okay.
So it happens twice a year. Yes.
You might have to do like 3 times because of fall. Like when
Which fall? You are in
which
Ghana.
country?
Sorry, when you're moving, like moving from there's a period where it's not cold, it's not hot, it's not Hamatan, and it's not raining. So that's for like when you're just sitting, being guided.
But which one will you? What will you call it?
That's this season, right? This is the period, right? This is the summer Hamatan. It's
Yeah.
not cold and raining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because what we found out was there was a lot of designers that were trying to copy what happens in Europe, and they were titling their collections autumn, winter, and spring, summer. And you're like, there's no autumn, winter in Africa.
Ghana.
Well, at least not this part of Africa. So we said it would be best that we develop our own seasons that can direct or guide the designers to be aware of what they're making clothes for.
Nana, what goes into the selection of the designers?
Well, one, they have to be able to afford the registration. That's
Right.
the first thing. The second thing is we understand our international reach. So we also have to be mindful and versatile as far as what we accept. You know, you don't want to be like, oh no, this is rubbish, but then you find out that that's the traditional style in Ethiopia. You just think it's not creative. You know, so it's we are very receptive to most of what we get. The only thing that we try to avoid is having bad quality products and products that look like it's made by a student or someone who isn't really ready for business. As long as your products look like they're of quality, we're kind of open to the creativity. Even sometimes, even if the creativity is very unique, that's what sometimes makes a show a show. As long as people can pick and choose what they want to buy, what they want to wear, we're sort of open to who showcases. But we do have this sort of threshold where it has to look professional. It has to look like something that someone can buy.
Beautiful.
Yes, and then again, forgive my ignorance. I mean, I've always said that when I see the stuff that they showcase on runways, I'm like, who's going to wear these? It almost looks like these are not stuff that people can wear outside. Where are you going to take this? Almost looks like, you know.
Especially the outside fashion.
Fashion, you know. So
Paris.
Thank you very much.
But that's Paris, though.
So I just want to know, when you were explaining your submission, you did say that, you know, you are focusing more on the business side of things. I want to know how Ghanaians generally accept some of the designs that your people showcase. What's the reception to?
Oh, they love it.
Okay.
They love it. Like there was even an after party, and I met about just randomly met about 3 people who had actually already even bought some of the clothes off the runway or had met with the designers and bought from them. In fact, 2 of them were complaining about how at times when the show is done and they go backstage, by the time they get backstage, the designers are gone already. So the reception is very strong, and I think for the upcoming years, we really have to implement some sort of post-purchase relationship between the designers and the guests.
Nice.
That is my bias. I love what I'm seeing.
I don't know how I'm going to find that Barbados designer.
I'll ask him for you.
There are 4 of them. The one you're looking for is Tialani. She had a white collection.
Nice.
With black fabrics, yeah.
These are my
Okay,
favorites.
Diane, I remember that you spoke to one woman who said that she was coming from the United States.
Yes. I think she did the bridal. There were 2. Nana, I don't know if, but they did the whole bridal train. Yes, it was so beautiful.
Beautiful, huh?
Because
the production is done here.
Oh, yes. So she was paired. She was with a Ghanaian, right? But
you define you.
Yes.
Oh
them.
You define. I remember. So what? She is Ghanaian, based in America, or she has the business based in Ghana here.
No, it's a mom and daughter business, and they're Ghanaians, but the mom's living in USA.
Okay.
But the daughter is based here.
Okay.
You define you.
Okay.
And I love the whole idea behind you define you, because clearly it is what it is. And so when I was even asking them questions about, you know, trends, and if, you know, what particular trend would you say people should do away with, you know, questions like that. And she's like, nah, because she thinks you define who you are.
Yeah.
What suits you might not suit what I think I would like, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's, they live by, you know, the name of the brand and the ideology that they're pushing. So yeah.
Maybe 2 final questions for me before I let you go, Nana. So what the designers that do not come from Ghana here, right? When they finish, what are some of the experiences they share with you that you love? Is it that they love the Ghanaian designs? Would they like to work here? And how are they planning to penetrate into the Ghanaian market and also allow some, you know, designs from out here to penetrate into? Because I'm looking to purchase that outfit. Like, I like it.
Yeah.
But I know that I can get a designer who can do it here in Ghana. But that's not what I want to do. Like, I want to get it from the original.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, you know, definitely I always advise designers, whenever you go and showcase in any country, you're wasting your time if you're not planning long-term business there. And, you know, before I'm an event organizer in Ghana. I'm also a Pan-Africanist. So from Jamaica, from Barbados, from USA, from Nigeria, from South Africa, these are all our brothers. So when they do come here, you know, if they need any business advice, we also help. But yes, we always do projects to also extend our designers abroad. Last year, we were able to send 4 designers from Accra Fashion Week, which was styled by McBride and 3 other designers, it slipped my mind, to showcase at USA, at the Memphis in May. I don't know if you would recall, it was an event where Stoneboy, Chami Kwame, King Notunfo went. We were able to extend our designers to showcase there. There have been other previous projects that we've also assisted designers in going abroad. So it's not just opening the Ghanaian market to foreign designers, but it's also making sure that the designers that do get to showcase on Accra Fashion Week at times when we are capable of extending them to other markets as well.
Beautiful.
I just want to chip in that they don't only focus on, you know, the designers. They help models as well.
Yes.
Because they Accra Fashion Week has a face of Accra Fashion Week where I was once part. I don't think Nana even remembers. I knew it. He doesn't remember.
Really?
But you know, because I'm short, look at Godwin.
Yeah,
Because,
like you have our attention.
because
Yeah.
I'm short, I can't walk on certain runway shows, like big runway shows, like Accra Fashion Week and the others, you know. So I found a
I see short
way.
people all the time.
It's tall people. They like tall people.
Why though?
Yeah.
Why
I
do you
see
like
short
tall
people
I
on
asked
runways.
him.
Because tall people
I've
are
seen
not the
short
ones.
people on
We
runways.
also buy clothes. Well, I'm
Why
tall
is-
though, 5'5".
Hey, please.
Why did I
Why
put
you
myself in the short
5'5" is-
people? No, I'm 5'6". Yeah, no, I'm 5.5. So, but look him. Why are you showcasing
Ask
people?
him for me.
This is not part of it, but get ready to
The whole
answer
Afro
it.
girl cannot.
So,
Okay.
why
Cannot
do you want tall models to showcase the outfit, and yet she is short and she can purchase the same design?
And to add to it, it used to be very, very skinny people who do the runway, but now we have plus size models.
I didn't see any plus
on
size
the-
model on
No,
the
I didn't see
runway.
that one, but I'm just saying now I see plus size models on the runway, so I'm expecting to see very short
Yeah.
people as well.
But Nana, before you even touch on the plus size models, Ghanaians and Kasa, you're not good. 1 minute when a plus size model is modeling in swimsuit, people will be talking about it.
Yeah.
Now, but anyway, answer your question. The question that concerns you.
Okay, which of the questions am I answering?
The
There was quite a few
the
that
tall
came.
models modeling designs that is open to
Yes.
every size.
Well, you see, some of the dresses are really long.
But you can sew short. You can sew
Nana, what a
dresses
modest
for
response.
short people.
What a modest response.
You can sew clothes for short people, please.
Yeah,
You have
yeah,
decided
yeah. No, no,
not to
the-
include us.
Is it that
But
it
you
just
see-
brings the design out more? There's visibility.
Yes.
So when
It
my
does.
designer
It does,
sews for
yeah.
me, it doesn't bring the
So
design
basically,
out.
Nana, what you're saying is that there's beauty in the eyes of the beholder and there's general beauty.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so-
And the most important
Exactly.
is, I think I mentioned this to Afro Girl on the interview, is as a fashion show, for the proper organizers, it's not always so much about what type of model you're using. It's about the uniformity of the models. If you have a show where one short girl comes out, one big girl comes out, one slim girl comes out, people start to lose focus of the clothes and they start to actually focus on the models because there's so much variation. But if you're sitting down and every model looks the same, you tend to forget the models and you start to focus on the clothes.
Right.
So it's usually, so for example, if we're going to have short girls, then the whole runway has to be filled with short girls. If you're going to have braids, the whole runway has to be filled with braids. If you have one that's blonde, one with big hair, then people's psychology start to focus on, oh, who is coming in next? So it's usually the uniformity of the models that's important.
Yeah,
Good
so like
response.
uniformity of short girls.
Yeah.
and
So you.
from beginning
So
to end.
That's what
yes,
you
you
said,
can. You
yeah.
can do.
So one
Afro
designer.
girls.
You can get one
She's really
designer
pink.
to do.
She's
just
very, very
short-
pink.
Because I didn't have to go through that route. I didn't have to, but I just
And I think
because I
sometimes
wanted
the
to
designer's
walk.
choice as well.
Because I wanted to walk for like a big runway, and I knew that that's the only way I could enter. So I decided to
We have
join
a runway here,
Face.
darling. We
I
have a
decided
runway
to
in front
join
of the
Our
gate.
street there.
Our street, yeah.
Yeah.
Face
We're
of
all good.
Accra
On
Fashion Week.
2024, you're definitely going to be on. On 2024, we're putting you on.
And
That's all she's been waiting for. That's all she's been waiting for.
Thank you. I'm on standby.
2024, we shall be
And
sitting
the
in
other
front
two
of
of you are going to be on as well. The other two will be on as well.
Nana, pleasure talking to you. You want to share your social media handles? Anyhow, any person wants to contact you can contact you.
Sure, definitely. It's basically everything Accra Fashion Week. Accra Fashion Week on Facebook, on Twitter. Sorry, on Twitter is Accra Fashion Week with WK. And then there's also the website, www.accrafashionweek.org. You can get everything about the event on these platforms, all the updates and everything.
Thank you so much. Do have yourself a very, very good year. Happy 2024 to you, okay?
Same to you. Have a great year.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now that we have secured a job for you this year, let's quickly touch on the rhythms on the runway, like just quickly.
Yes.
Our time is
Where we were all there, so don't mention my name.
We were all side.
I told my wife I was going somewhere. You have choked.
We were all side, yes.
I told my wife I was going somewhere. You have choked me. Now they know that I went to.
Today you have
Accra
wife.
Fashion
I'm just joking. Let's go ahead.
Accra
please.
Fashion.
I'm even surprised that he said
The
wife.
rhythms on the runway.
Yeah,
Rhythms
Tell us
rhythms
your
on-
experience.
on the runway. So first things first, I'm coming. I put some notes down, but anyways, I wanted to
Careful, girl.
highlight because I wanted to highlight some of the people that I really liked. So I think Velma Accessories, she was on there,
Always.
and of course she has been in the industry for almost 20 years. Yes, so you don't expect anything less. You understand? So she came out, she showcased her accessories and all of that, and she doesn't give
Basic.
minimal. Yeah, she doesn't give basic. It's always over the top.
Yeah,
and
accessories are
I feel
gorgeous.
like it's something my mom would like to wear because she likes to stand out anywhere she's at. Yes, so
You're
I
your
feel-
mother's daughter.
clearly. But yes, I feel like her stuff are amazing, and so I wanted to mention her. Also, there's somebody said I don't mention it well. Tete Plaha. It's a Ghana.
Yes.
So is it fine?
Tete.
Tete Plaha.
Plaha.
Tete Plaha. He also was such. I liked his designs as well. And then there was Ophelia Crossland.
Obviously.
I cannot not mention
Obviously.
her name.
Legend.
So Ophelia Crossland, she's been in the game for
Legend.
a long time.
Guys, let's
so.
talk about the stage, the production of it. Like, I think it was just beautiful.
It was.
And, yeah.
I think what I liked, you are talking about the stage, but what I liked was the outside bit, where they take the pictures and all of these things, because
Oh yeah, where we took the
obviously,
pictures.
yes,
Yes.
because obviously if I'm going for an event, I need the props, I need all of that.
Honestly,
you know.
I think. Look, guys, I
stage.
think KOD
He
did a
did
great
a
job
really
with
good
this. This was the
Aqua
Aqua.
edition.
Yes, I was
edition.
gonna say aqua.
it
So
shows so
this
much.
blue, everything. It was very, very,
Very
beautiful.
beautiful.
I
Look
think
at
Lali and Lola were performed, and they also stuck to the theme. They were also wearing blue, and it was just there. I loved how everybody came together
Look at that.
to So,
Yeah, we look forward to another one this year.
I couldn't have worked on this. I'll pass out.
you pass up.
But you
Haven't
walked
you
last
done it? Yes,
year,
you've
bro.
done it before.
This one was bigger. I feel like this one was bigger than last year's.
We'll be there to
But
shout.
what-
How would you fall down?
That's where I'll trip.
We'll be.
Then I'll trip.
Ah,
And I'll
why
trip.
would you even think about that? Do you know I've tripped on a runway before?
Yanko.
The thing about runway is that I don't have to do runway. I work like a beauty queen on the runway.
Yes, sorry.
We bet.
Mama gun.
Guys, yeah.
On that beauty
Y'all
queen
should
that
note.
be-
On that beauty queen note.
Yeah.
I said for a
Because
conversation.
where are you running to? Like when I come, some people must sit and clap.
Yeah,
Yeesh.
that's right.
Come on.
The
Yeah.
queen.
Your
has
Highness.
arrived.
Yeah.
Yes,
guys.
please.
This is all for today. Okay, the Small Lifestyle Daily on the show. I've told you this year is 24 on MX24. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun. So guys, let's plug you on this day.